Bienvenidos, all you mega and you far left people, to another episode of the Big Chorizo podcast. This one is jam packed, guys. In the main event of the Gladiator Challenge this weekend, going down in Victorville, we got a couple stars from the Street Beast West Coast branch. We got Young and Lavish. He's in the background. We got Scorpio. He's fighting Shimigani. Everybody knows Shimigani. And we got Young and Lavish's opponent, JD, who has taken Shimigani's soul. In case you haven't seen it, we have that too. We'll play that later. We got some exclusives. We'll be watching Coyote's fight from last Saturday where he broke a man's nose in the first round. We got multiple angles. Coyote will be on later to walk us through that beautiful KO in the first round. And then we got Some K will be jumping on. We're going to talk about the state of the branch of all branches. There's a lot going on right now. We have a big invasion. Scrapyard is going to the East Coast branch. If you've been following Mighty Mouse and Death Sentence, they've been going viral with their videos online. He's fighting the homie Illuminate the State. I've been training him at my gym. That goes down Saturday. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, the big, humongous boxing card going on with Canelo. And where is he? He's in Dubai. And then we got the New York card tomorrow night. Ryan Garcia, Rowley, Haney versus Ramirez. My boy Takeover, Teofimo Lopez versus Barboza. That's a crazy card. So this is a jam-packed weekend of fights from Street Beast to UFC. Oh, there's a UFC card as well. Nobody's talking about with Sanhagen fighting Figueiredo. It's just a crazy weekend from Street Beast to UFC and pro boxing. It's nasty. Let me see. Right now, who we got in the background? Who's in the back? I know the homie Young and Lavish is back here. Scorpio's back here showing off his brand new cut. Might as well just bring them on. Both these studs will be fighting this weekend in Victorville. Gladiator Challenge. How you boys feeling 48 hours out from your guys' big fights? You both have huge fights.
You know, there's nothing to say, you know, dude. I'm ready as it gets, you know. You know how I am. I don't need nothing, dude. I'll kick off my dress shoes seconds of, and you know, I stay ready. You know, a tiger's never not ready, you know.
Uh-huh.
And you know, I just got done with the slap fight championship, and dude, I know my chin, what it's capable of taking now. You know, it's a fucking lot.
Yeah. That was just what, like 2 weeks ago? How long ago was that slap fighting?
It was technically live.
Careful with your answer.
It was live, so we'll just leave it at that. So.
It was a while ago.
I like it. It was technically live. I like it.
It's technically live. But, you know, I'm really excited to see Scorpio and Shinny go at it, you know. It's going to be a legit one.
Yeah, I'm ready to get that shit back. That last one don't count. This one does. Fuck the last time.
Yeah, for Scorpio, this is Scorpio trying to get his sweet revenge. First time you guys fought in the Street Beast West Coast cage in Vegas, he got the better of you. This time you get to get him in the Gladiator Challenge.
Hey, no, it's the Gladiator Challenge curse.
Shit,
it's the Gladiator Challenge curse. You fight him in Street Beefs, you rematch him in Gladiator Challenge, Shinny's automatically gonna lose. It's the curse.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I got the cards on my side this time. He got all his curses. He got his excuses. Oh fuck! Damn. I got shit falling here. Hold up. My bad.
I thought you were gonna get your hair braided, Scorpio.
Is it braided?
No, it's not. Last minute shit happened, and I was able to get it braided. So it's gonna be
some pigtails or what?
It's gonna be basic man bun shit. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be this.
So what's the game plan What's the game plan this time around, Scorpio, for the Great Shimigani? Are we worried about that viral head kick coming?
We're cautious towards it. I'm not gonna give him the chance to throw it, but if it comes to that, I'm gonna be prepared. I'm not gonna reach low to try to fucking block it this time like an idiot. But this time, he's not gonna get the opportunity.
Mm-hmm. We got Young and Lavish's opponent right here, Big JD in the building, making his debut on the podcast right here. How we feeling, brother?
Pretty good, just hanging out.
You at the gym right now, obviously, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
damn.
doing gi today, so I'm just hanging out. I don't want to do too much this week. Just get some miles on the bike and fucking around mostly.
Now, have you studied Young and Lavish? Have you seen all his fights? Are you prepared for what he's bringing?
He's a tough guy. There's not a lot to study, and I feel like that shit's kind of fucking gay, if we're being honest. Just go fight your fight.
Oh, dude.
Like all these guys are watching. Oh, well, I watched this video. A lot of things can change in the course of a week, 2 weeks. People will think, I'm gonna change my whole shit. So he's gonna fight, and I'm gonna fight. I think we were set to be the main event, and we were set to be the main event for a reason.
Like there's no
gladiator fashion.
dude. There's no studying Young and Lavish. Dude changes shit on a week whim.
I be practicing stuff. I want to see what works and what doesn't. And I know if I practice something and I try something out, worst case scenario, I'm eating some punches that I can eat. And I got to see if this was cool or not, or if it worked or not, Especially
That's
in
like,
street beefs, dude. Street beefs I use to just try stuff. I'm not worried about no
Yeah.
records or no belts, I could honestly request a challenge for any belt, in theory. I have
Like
the record and I have the stats, but I'm
one
not
thing
worried about that.
one thing I'm curious to see is because we saw JD like knock the shit out of Shinny, but that's not saying much because anyone could do that. But I want to see, does JD actually have that power to test Young and Lavish's chin?
Oh yeah.
I don't think
I don't think he's
I
ever
don't
been
think
down,
Gabe has
has
been
he?
stopped. I don't think he's been stopped. So
Oh,
Bro,
No,
dude just eats and
even if
eats.
I've lost a fight, dude, it's always gone to decision. So I'm expecting a war from JD. I'm expecting it to go. I'm expecting it to go the distance. I'm not taking JD as like, a first
Yeah.
round win. I'm sorry, Scorpio, 16 seconds, but
Hey, you know what? I got nothing for that.
so you know what? All three of you guys on screen right now have one thing in common. You guys have all one thing in common. You know what that is?
crybaby.
Yeah.
All three of y'all have fought the great Shimigani. We have one of your guys' fight with Shimigani. Play that for me, producer. A real highlight reel. One of you guys fighting Shimigani.
Hey,
I expected a lot more from him, if we're being honest. I was standing
so
across the cage, and I was like, "Fuck, you're kind of relaxed. Should you be a little bit more razzed up for this?" And I was just kind of like, "Fuck it, it's a fight. Whatever happens is what's gonna happen."
You know what?
question.
Let me just say you were the only one that was expecting more out of Shimigani. You know what I mean?
I saw all the highlights, and I anticipated, like, "Oh, he's done this and done that." And they actually tried to get me to fight him in August of last year, and I was like, "Fuck, that's like a big request for a first fight back." And then I told myself, "You're kind of being a bitch. Just go and fight the fight. If you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. It's not that important." but I told myself if I lost, I was going to drive to Ventura and drown myself. And I had the outfit in the car, and I was like, whatever happens is what happens. And I went out there, and it was a lot easier than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you realize you're worried for nothing.
Yeah, I put a lot of stakes on for
Yeah.
whatever, but I think we all have to motivate ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he threw that tea cake in the beginning, right? Was that like? Did he hit your dick? Like that looked pretty low.
He hit me like around the belly button region, but if you watch the raw audio, you can hear a collective groan from the crowds and people still that were there. They stopped me around town and they're like, "Oh, I fucking hated how he did that." It's like, if you
I
watch
thought
his
it was a little
stuff,
cheap.
he does stuff like that. He doesn't touch gloves. He throws right after. Some people say it's cheap, but the way that the rules are articulated is defend yourself at all times.
Yeah.
So there's no
Yeah.
obligation to touch gloves. It's a courtesy, but it's not necessary.
Did anything Shimmy hit you with, rock you? Was there power behind those punches, or you just kind of ate all that shit, walked them down?
Respectfully, I got a flyweight in my gym that hits me harder than he hit me, and he's going to be fighting this weekend. It's Aussie. Look out for him. And he got me with one good punch, and that was kind of like when I started to turn it up because I was kind of, oh, well, that's what he has. Let's see what I have. And I wasn't hitting hard, but I was throwing like precise. But I was backstage, I was thinking to myself and telling my team, it's like, fuck, dude, I wasn't even hitting him hard. I was just kind of throwing punches in his direction, and he was at the end of them.
Mhm. Yeah, well, we have a picture of you, JD. Explain this photo that's been flowing around Facebook.
Um, some Street Beefs guys hit me up
Uh
for a quote and a picture,
huh.
and I was like, I like this picture, and the quote kind of works out for the fight. I thought that stuff could go wrong, but you worry about just in life in general. I kind of gone through a bunch of shit the last couple of months, so. But I think you're more referencing the mask.
Yes. The whole Confederate flag on a big black man like yourself is kind of triggering to some people.
They can be triggered all they want, but what are they going to do about it?
Yeah. You're kind of big. You're kind of big. How much?
But I
How
have
much
one.
are you guys weighing weight right now? Young and Lavish and JD. How much you guys weigh right now?
I'm
I'm
chilling.
277, so I got
277.
like 12 to go.
You got 12 pounds to cut, right?
Yeah, so
Is that easy? Is that easy work?
for me, yeah, I like to just sit in the sauna. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Aren't y'all fighting at super heavy?
There you go. He has a fucking mask on right now. I love it. Oh yeah. Are you,
You know,
are you gonna
whatever
walk out with that
happens,
mask on Saturday?
happens.
I actually have a custom painted mask I'm gonna wear on Saturday.
Nice.
Do we get a JD exclusive, or are you saving it for the fight?
Um, I actually have a few masks at my spot, so we'll see what one I grab. We'll see if my shorts get done because right now they're 1 day behind, and I was very non-confidently told that they'd be done tomorrow. So if they're done tomorrow, then I'll wear one. If they're not, then I'll wear the non-broken one of this.
Nice.
You should
Oh
get
well,
like
we
that
got.
broken one, like epoxied up, so you could like hang it up. That'd be cool.
What up? What up,
Yeah, we're
y'all?
actually gonna hang it up in the gym. We're gonna print out a picture of the the long punch, and then we're gonna hang it up in the gym with the hand wraps from that fight.
Legit.
Hey, so y'all fill me in. I'm just popping up. Young and Lavish is going up against JD Houston, correct?
Correct, the moon though.
Yes, sir. That's the main
All
event
right.
on Saturday.
And
Let's go Maine for now. It
what
was
type of
booked for
fight you doing?
Maine. A
You
fight.
know, I'm in charge, and that's what Teddy needs to understand. I'm young and lavish, you know, so what I say goes, you know.
Is this a slap fight? MMA? What we
Oh, it's
looking like?
MMA. We're all
Okay, okay.
MMA this weekend. Same card as Scorpio and Shinny.
Yeah, Scorpio and Shimmy fight on the same card, so it's a pretty dope card. I'm gonna be there myself. You know, I'll be there. DDP Coyote will be in the building, so Street B's West Coast will be representing at that card.
Nice.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. What promotion we looking like?
Gladiator Challenge.
Yeah, let's do Gladiator.
Nice, nice.
No, Scorpio.
Y'all, go ahead.
Scorpio, what is the game plan against the great Shimigani? We saw JD run through him pretty quick. Are you gonna run through him quicker than JD? Are you trying to drag it out? Are you going for a submission? Are you going for a knockout? What's the game plan against the great Shimigani?
I'm gonna actually punch him this time. Not gonna let him just do whatever the fuck he wants. Like last time I punched him twice, he started throwing up. So all I have to do is hit him more than twice, and he should go down.
I mean, if you notice from all of his fights, he doesn't like to get hit. I mean, when JD rocked him with that straight to the face, he kind of just curls up. He has a tendency of just curling up, head down, cover his head, hope for the best, wait for the ref to stop it. You know, it's kind of his get down.
I was really angry in February, and I saw that he needed an opponent, and I asked him, I was like, hey, you need a fight for the 22nd of February. I need to do something. I can't fucking sit around and do nothing. Would you grace me as an opponent? And then he said, I have to ask my coach, which is, that's like, I have to ask my wife to do this thing that I want to do, but I don't really want to go. But I know if I ask, she's going to say no, kind of shit.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I have a better opportunity for 559 fights. And that better opportunity, he lost in 17 seconds.
Yeah. We all saw that. Yeah, we all saw the flyer.
Wait,
And
whose fight was shorter? Whose was shorter?
Definitely yours by 1 second.
Where is the great Shinny right now, man? Ain't he supposed to be up in here?
He's laying down on a pile of dirty laundry, yelling at
He's
people.
training right now. He's training.
I think he sent some like air messages or something, like pigeon courier, right? Something like that.
Hey, not too much on the pigeons, man. That's my dogs.
No, what's wrong?
Damn, bro. Shinny, where you at?
Yeah. I think he
Careful,
did this.
you say his name enough, he'll pop up.
Oh, he's watching. I guarantee you.
Maybe we should talk about how much we love Trump. That'll get him on here.
That's how you summon him.
Tell him how great minimum wage jobs are.
Start a political debate. He'll be summoned.
Politics, religion, fucking anything. Just don't bring up Thailand.
Yeah, I'm
You like the
expecting
lady
to,
boys?
I'm expecting to corner Shimigani because his corners always seem to back out last minute. You know what I mean? When they realize they're not getting paid and there's no benefit of cornering Shimigani, they tend to leave him hanging. You know?
He's at a new gym, and it's I don't know. I don't know about that guy. You know, I feel bad for him, but at the same time, if you really know Shinny, I feel fucking bad for him.
Like there's always a reason. Weed smoke, personnel, corners not showing up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always something.
So how do you see this going? How do you see it playing out?
I feel a good vision of. I mean, it's almost every city fight.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me? I've known. Is it my headphones or what?
No, you're
I hear
good.
you
This
now.
is loud.
Okay. All right. No, I said. I just gotta keep up the volume on the punches. don't let off. Keep it at a pace where I don't gas myself out. But just lay it on him, and I don't think he can stand that. He says I don't hit hard, but like I said, last time I barely punched him twice, and he thinks off of something over a year ago is what he's basing my skills off of. So I just my plan is press on the gas and don't stop until the rep pulls me off.
Are you
I
gonna
like
throw
it.
any leg kicks at Shimigani or just straight punches?
Maybe.
I think
Yeah.
in the corner, I think my prediction is if Scorpio says that the fight is going to be good, and a lot of things have happened. Who knows? Maybe Shinny will have a bad day and be upset on Saturday and be more in his emotions than he is in the fight. A lot of things could happen, but I'm confident that what I've seen from Scorpio is what it takes to beat him. The game plan's there for sure. It's you don't have to change too much up, so you just kind of have to not make any mistakes is the key point.
Yeah.
Stay
So what
confident
is
too.
so what is next? I'm gonna ask all three of y'all and give all y'all the mic individually, starting with Young and Lavish. Well, so what is next for the great Young and Lavish after Saturday's event?
So, regardless of what happens, whether I get a title shot or not, regardless of what, I really might go take an extended trip out there to California and spend some time with DPP working on my slap technique because it's hard to say, but it's a bigger business,
Mm.
more views, more everything. Like all these little MMA promotions, there's only a handful of big promotions, and all the other ones are small little pro-ams. I'm trying to be seen by the world. I'm not trying to be seen by these little local areas no more. I want to be seen by the entire world and let everybody know who Young and Lavish is, regardless.
Ooh, ooh. Got tingles down my spine. Ooh.
But we're locked in. We're ready to go, and we're just doing this in true gladiator fashion. Like we're just going to battle. That's what it is. And that's what's next, and that's what's up. So make sure you guys pay attention.
Same question for Scorpio. What does Scorpio want to do if you beat the great Shimigani? Are we going to continue in street beefs? Are we trying to go pro? What's the move for Scorpio?
Yeah. So currently, because I mean, street beefs, unless I'm not able to, like for some sort of contract reason, like I'm always going to be doing street beefs. Like after this event, I'm planning on being at the May one. Probably going to rematch Doughboy. Team
Oof.
Me might show up, might fight TME. Uh, and that's it for street beefs. I was also thinking after this, win or lose, I'm gonna because I'm getting my weight down and I'm pretty good at heavyweight. I'm gonna try to almost Young and Lavish's route. I'm gonna try to hit up Power Slap again. Try to get back on there because unfortunately wasn't able to compete with them last time.
Hey,
And I'm
we
Now
had
you
gonna see
were
our
how.
now you were unable to compete in Power Slap for tainted carne asada, right? Something along those lines, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad meat. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
happened.
Tainted
so
tuna is, I think, what you got popped for, right?
Yeah, that Walmart tuna.
Scorpio, I do know people, and I'm pretty sure, dude, like, there's enough hype and anything, if you ever wanted to make the slap world, dude, you could definitely probably see me, that
Absolutely.
that is a thought, because I would love to
You
stand
mean
across that barrel with you. I would
Scorpio
love
versus
it,
Young and
dude.
Lavish and Power
Put
Slap
your hands
and
behind your
Slap
back. No,
Championships?
slap
Mhm.
fight
You mean Slap Fight
championships.
Championship?
10 rounds. None of that
Shit.
little 3 round stuff. That 3 round is a piece of cake, dude. I'll eat 3 slaps like nothing. I
Uh,
want 10.
uh.
And so what will that be? Street Beefs, Gladiator Challenge, and potentially Slap Fight Championships?
That'd be
Us for
legit.
over 3 promotions? That'd be kind
Yeah.
of dope.
I like it. Now
We could
let's
run
let's
that.
ask JD the same question. JD, what is the future for JD after Gladiator Challenge on Saturday? Win or lose? Are we trying to go pro? Are you trying to jump into Street Bees and bang with us in the yard? What's the move? What's the move?
Well, personally, my move for Saturday is to do the fight. And since it's the first weekend of the month and a holiday weekend of the month, all the loose single mothers are out and partying, and I'm
Let's
trying to smash up
go.
on one.
Absolutely.
So that's my plans for the weekend.
Yeah.
I have the weekend off of work. Maybe
Uh-huh.
if it's not raining,
Uh,
there's a bunch of like motorcycle shit, so I might ride out to that. But
you know what?
I'm not too worried about too much.
I've actually been out there to Victorville, San Bernardino. There's a lot of tortas out there. You know what I mean? Do you like a nice
Nah,
torta?
I have 3 rules, okay? Consent, not too fat, not black.
Oh, snap.
The middle one is a slider. You're down bad. You got to deal with what you got to deal with.
So, in other words, you like your women the way Shannon Sharp likes his women. You know what I mean?
Yo.
I don't know too much about Shannon Sharp, but I like my women the way I like my nose candy.
Damn, bro.
Thin and white. I like it.
Getting white girl wasted.
So we're gonna be at Republic after the fights. You guys are more than welcome to come hang out with us.
Oh, absolutely.
But we're just gonna have a good time. I'm not too worried about. I have offers on the table for other stuff, but like Jason Statham said in the Megalodon 2, we deal with the task in front of us, and then we move on to what's next. So I'm not going to sit here and be like Shinigami and say, well, after I do this, I have all of these things lined up. Just focus on one thing at a time so you don't get overwhelmed. But to answer Daniel, I have heard about street beefs before this. Actually, in 2018, me and my roommate would always get high and watch street beefs, like the OG shit, in the living room and just hang out.
Any fighters catch your attention, bro?
I don't watch it enough to be like, oh, well, I like this person. And I'm not a very big heavy. I'm not a natural heavyweight, as you guys have seen, depending on how much you dove into it. So we're working our way back down to reasonable sizes for my build. So maybe mid next year, early next year, be at like 185. Because I know that if I lose like 45-ish more pounds, I can make a cut to 170 if I'm really hard on myself. But 185 is reasonable for where I'm at, like skill-wise and like a mental state.
I mean, and you already took out the cream of the crop, with finishing Shimigani. So, you pretty much conquered Street Beefs already, trying to move on to bigger and better things.
Well, I think he's got some fights, some losses. But after I fought him, pro promotion out of like Central California messaged me and was like, hey, was that amateur or pro? I was like, oh, it was amateur. They were like, oh, well, keep in touch. We might have something for you later down the road. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm not looking too far into the future because Young and Lavish isn't a schlub. I can't just be like, well, after I do this. Nah, I just focus on one thing at a time. So whatever happens is what happens. I'm not going to crash out if I lose. And I'm not going to be like, well, after this win, I'm going to go do some. I'm just going to have fun. I feel like I've done a lot of things the last couple of years that weren't very fun and weren't for me. So I just kind of focus on myself and do what I like to do.
Well, there you have it, gentlemen. All these gentlemen will be fighting on Saturday. I'll be there. There'll be a lot of Street Beast family in the building. Hopefully, we all kick it afterwards. Thank you for jumping on. I will see all 3 of you guys.
Make sure you get tickets from Young and Lavish.
Let's go.
Yeah, do not buy them from Shimigani. Buy them from Scorpio, JD, or Young and Lavish, right? He's kind enough free fucking handouts from us. You know what I mean?
Hey, 619, do we have footage of JD versus Shinigami?
Oh, yeah, we played it already, but we can play it again.
Oh, no, we got to run that again. We got to run that again for the people.
Yeah. You're going to love this.
Love Yeah, the people needed that.
You know what?
Yeah.
That was an early stoppage.
Yeah.
Shinny was totally going for he was going for the ankle pick. They called that way too early. If they didn't call that, you would have been done for, bro. He would have been.
I would have experienced his purple belt jiu-jitsu. I would have gotten taken down off of that one leg.
Yeah, exactly, bro. He would have lifted your leg like straight up, like catching a fish out of the water. Oh man, you
Like he was picking up Thor's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
He'll swing you around, bro. You were done for. You got saved.
Hey, that was a fire highlight, though.
I felt like that fight was a lot similar to how I feel when I'm riding the motorcycle. Like when he walked in the cage, I was telling myself, it's like, you're too calm for what you're doing right now. And sometimes I'll be on the bike and I'll just be lane splitting at like 90 and shit. And it's like, you're way too calm for the element of danger that you're in right now. But it works out. It worked out for me there, and it works out for me. So I don't know. It was. I expected a lot more, if we're being honest.
It would have had to been like a strictly jiu-jitsu match or something,
Pretty much.
or a judo match.
I don't know. I haven't had to utilize my jiu-jitsu in a fight too much. I mostly just use it to stand back up and to negate takedowns. But maybe one day I'll have to use it. I'm not tripping. Wherever the fight goes is where the fight goes.
Hey, and I was gonna say, to be honest, bro, as I was watching it, that was Shinny putting up an effort.
Yeah, I agree. He was actually throwing hands, huh?
Yeah, he actually was doing more than usual.
Yeah.
He caught me with a good punch on the ear, and that's kind of when I really started pushing him back because I felt it, and I was like, "This is what you were worried about." And then I just kind of like stayed on it. And I was just kind of like, "Okay, we can. This is manageable." If that's his, because I knew he wasn't in the best like feels of wanting to be in the fight at that point. So when he hit me, I was like, "So this is what you were so worried about backstage?"
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, you can deal with this if this is what he has. And backstage, he was like, "Oh, I was trying to set up my head kick." It's like, yeah, I'm not going to let you hit me that many times because every time he throws that, it's 1-2, and then the head kick. So I'm not going to let him punch me more than once consecutively, which is what Scorpio should do on Saturday. Also, is if he hits you once, you go right back at him because you
Absolutely.
know it's going to be 1-2 head kick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him build any momentum off anything. If he even lands a jab off it, I'm gonna double up. He throws one hit, I'm gonna throw three.
Oh yeah.
Take the glove touch and knock him out.
You guys can order. You guys can order that pay-per-view for $20. So you can, go watch it live with me. But thank you, gentlemen, for being on. We got some other guys in the background trying to jump on, but thank all three of y'all for jumping on. Me and Stomp are gonna talk some more shit on here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank
Y'all be
you.
cool. Be safe. Good luck.
See you Saturday.
Hey. Mm-hmm. Some K.
The great 619. What up, brother?
Just a man I want to talk to. We still got Coyote coming up. We're gonna watch his fight. We could probably watch it once without him and then once with him. But I want to talk about what's going on right now with the branches, particularly our branch. I don't know if I'm sure you've noticed because you're there more than me. You're there at every event. You referee a lot of these fights that lately they've been going to a draw. I see a lot of draws being handed out left and right. You get a draw. You get a draw. Everybody gets a draw. We don't want no winners or losers no more. So we're just giving out draws. And I want your opinion because as someone who was there from the first event, the second event, the third event, there was not one draw handed out those first 2-3 events. There was clear winners, clear losers. If it was debatable, you guys rematched it. But those draws started to come out for feeling bad for one of the guys because he tried hard and they just started coming out. So I got a problem with it because a lot of these guys actually train their ass off. A lot of these guys pay money to go to Vegas, to go to Arizona. A lot of these guys actually have coaches oh, they train their ass off. They put together a game plan just to be giving out a draw. Where sometimes it's a clear winner, and a lot of these cases are like, yo, bro, like homeboy clearly won. You guys kind of robbed the other guy of a clear dub.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, what are your thoughts on the current state?
All right, so you brought up a good point. I would say there's multiple factors, man, that end up with those type of results, right? Who are your judges?
Mhm.
What is their judging capability? Like how good or bad is that judge? Who are they?
Mhm.
Uh, who's running the event? That plays a role.
Yes.
You have all these different factors, right? And when the judges are changing, when the person running the event is different from the last person, you're going to have those situations where a clear answer isn't as clear as we think it is, right?
Mhm.
I used to be a judge, right? And one of the reasons why I jumped into judging, well, this is more so why I jumped into reffing, but as a judge, right, you want someone who understands the game. You want someone who not only understands the game, but you want somebody who uh, is fair. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that the judges aren't, but a lot of times the judges are randoms. They're randoms, right? I'm in the ring, so sometimes someone may come up to me as
Mhm.
asking for my judgment,
Uh,
and sometimes it's hard. It's hard to say sometimes because as ref, there's moments where I was in the fight, but bro, I can't recall. I can't tell you. Just like the fighter, right? I know this happened, but I can't put it into words. Sometimes that's the case. Sometimes, uh, and I'm speaking on my perspective as the ref trying to be a judge, right? Which is why a lot of times I'll tell whoever,
Mhm.
"Hey, man, don't ask me. I'm the ref."
Mhm.
Because if I got to say that, I know my perspective is tainted from whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
Uh, I don't personally have an issue with the draws, but I get what you're saying. And if you're going to have a change, then you would need key judges. You would need key people to be judges, uh, solid guys, as far as fairness goes, but also people who know the game. They know what they're looking for. They know what they're looking at, right? Um, Not everybody in the crowd knows what's going on outside of I'm watching a fight. So, I
Mhm.
mean, you got all these different little factors, right? And then sometimes it's on point. Sometimes, you got some of the OGs of the yard being asked, like, you got a fighter over here, and this guy knows MMA. He's a
Yeah.
beast. This guy is a fucking boxing phenom. Yes, ask him. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's not.
Mhm.
And then also, like you were saying, uh, people feeling bad or people feeling like, hey, both of these guys put forth the effort. That
Mhm.
stems from the OG yard and how they give out draws,
Mhm.
right? So it's not coming from completely nowhere, right? But I do agree that sometimes it's clear. Sometimes it is. It's clear as day. It hasn't been often, but there's been maybe 2 or 3 fights in the past 5 years where I didn't go to no judge. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like it was damn near a KO. Who do I need to
Yeah.
talk to? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mhm.
Uh, and when it's a situation like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, So it just really boils down to coordinating judges, and then people not being scared to be critical. At what point do you say this is a win and a loss? And then at what point do you say it's a draw? And then put that into words. You know what I mean? If this was a business contract, how do you put that into writing? You know, that this classifies a draw. Now we've heard, oh, if neither man, looks hurt, takes damage, neither man did, but that's a lot of gray area. That's a lot of gray area. You know what I mean? At one point, you and Wedo were doing the fight breakdowns and the punch stats. That was incredible.
Yeah, I missed that. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everyone would appreciate that. But people also have to keep in mind, it takes time, energy, and effort to coordinate doing one of those and to do it for every single fight.
Yeah.
And then again, even with that, that's after the fact. We're talking about the fight being judged right after the fight just happened. We're not talking about 2-3 weeks later when the fight comes out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Who, what we gonna do? You know what I mean?
Let me first say shout out to Bricks. We see you, Bricks.
For sure.
Up, Perito 305 Sacramento? I don't know where in the world you are right now, Bricks, but yeah, we all miss you. We don't know why you're not fighting. You still owe us Bricks versus Big Willie. You still owe us Bricks versus Jimmy
Blanco.
Finn. You owe
Oh, Jimmy ain't coming back. But we need Jimmy Fit back. We ain't heard or seen in a minute, but
Jimmy Fit's energy when he was fighting, when Bricks was fighting, it was just like a cool energy. Hitman, the beef, the three of them tangled in the beef. It was amazing. That was amazing times. Yeah. So yeah, Bricks, we see you, Bricks. We miss you, Bricks. We don't know why you're not fighting. I don't know if he went back to slinging dick. I don't know what you're doing.
Not dope, but dick.
Yeah, but some West Coast history for you. The very first, if there was ever a draw, there was our very first fight in the history of this branch. You know what that was, Samke? The first fight in the history of this branch? West Coast won the first fight of the first event. You know what that was?
The first fight of the first event, and not Street Beefs Vegas, not Street Beefs California, but the first event.
San Bernardino, the first fight to kick off that.
Was it Mook? I thought it was Mook's KO.
No, so Mook did fight, but Mook wasn't the first fight. The first fight was Red Reaper versus Reckless Rico. Now
they set the tone,
bro. That's the fight that set the tone for the day. What? So imagine seeing that live, right? So those two dudes almost killed each other, right? If there was ever a draw, that should have been a draw. That fight was so crazy that when the winner was announced, Red Reaper and his homies tried to beat up Tank. You know what I mean? So the event almost got shut down because somebody had to be a clear winner. Because imagine being the first fight's a draw, would have been like, what? But that's if there was ever a draw, it should have been Reckless Rico versus Red Reaper. Go watch that. Amazing MMA to kick off this branch was just amazing.
Incredible fight. And then let's add a little backstory, right? Reckless Rico being an OG yard champion.
At the time.
He was an OG yard champion. This guy got signed to later he got signed to Anthony was it Anthony Peretta or was it Pettis?
Anthony Pettis is MMA promotion signed him.
Yeah.
This fool decided I want to be a part of the first West Coast branch, flew out to fight Red Reaper. And amazing fight. Go look it up right now. It is gritty, it's grimy. You can see the intensity. It was the first fight, so it's packed. You see all of us in the back there. Wama, Shimmy, me, before anybody was anybody.
Canadian.
Diesel, Free Smoke, dude. All the OGs.
Are you just gonna skip past Canadian?
Fuck the Canadian, huh? But Wade, Master Roshi, Tank, everybody was there. It was an amazing event. So if there was ever a draw, that would have been a draw. But lately, it's just like I'm watching them like, there was a clear winner. Like even like Scorpio and McPeak. I thought McPeak pieced them up. Beautiful 3-0 case closed, and then we get a draw. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Then another fight gets uploaded. That was a draw. Then another fight got uploaded.
Give me another one beside. So if I had to say the McPeak fight,
yes.
I would say probably because both them boys was mouthpieceless.
Yeah,
They both went mouthpieceless, and there was a moment where the intensity kind of lightened up. Where we made an agreement. Your feet are swelling because you over here with no shoes and socks. You know what I mean? We're also fighting like we both know we don't have mouthpieces. Just my take on that one. But Breadman did if we looking at the punch stats, we looking at the computer CompuBox. Yeah, Breadman had that.
Yeah, he looked like Mick I can't say it. Mick Mayweather out there. It was just like.
But don't sleep on Scorpio, because Scorpio surprisingly came out the gate hitting. You know what I'm saying? And
Scorpio gets better at every fight. I can't even front on Scorpio.
He's just got to exercise his confidence, bro.
Yeah.
He's not bad like we think he is. He's not. It's just when his confidence isn't there, he gives up. He gives in and he gives up. I've seen this dude, bro. Go look at Scorpio versus Big D.
Oh, I remember that fight. That was a good one.
You know what I mean? Like, okay. There was another fight of his in Scrapyard where it was like, okay, all right. Just got to come with that confidence, you know?
Yeah. I talked to Free Smoke at the last event. And I was like, hey, I heard you're handing out draws over there left and right. He's like, nah, there actually wasn't no draw. But there was a draw, right? At Free Smokes?
You'd have to remind me what it was.
Was it Weapon M? Did they have a draw? Or was it
no, Protestant edged it. Now see that one.
So there you go.
That one had me, like, okay. I kind of had once the fight was over, I took a step back from the cage and I just took a deep breath. I prepared myself. And nah, man, Protestant edged it out, bro.
So there you go. So that's the way it should be. I mean, I don't know how you guys pick judges. I think it should be 5 judges. You 5 are the judges. That way there's clearly a winner. You can't pick a draw. You got to pick one or the other. That's the way it should be. Where a couple of times, like I think Free Smoke would just go around the crowd, be like, who won? But I think you should pick 5 judges, and you guys need a clear winner. We can't have a draw.
Hey, I agree with you. The issue is the circumstances changes every single event. The circumstance will change in between fights. Bro, where's my timekeeper?
That's true.
Bro, who's keeping time, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was. Which fight was I watching with? I think they had Morgan keeping time at Weddle's, and I think I don't know if you were reffing or Weddle, but you're like, hey, time. He's like, oh yeah, my bad. Oh yeah, my bad. Time. It's been way over 2 minutes.
Yeah. And shout out to Morgan, because I ain't even talking about Morgan. I'm talking about cats who I'm thinking is gonna be the timekeeper.
Yeah.
At least for 5 fights. Homie, come tell me you about to, your shift is over. You know what I'm saying? Because my shift don't end. I'm still in here. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot of calculating to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I am calculating time. You know what I'm saying? That's why you could kind of feel like, hey, this shit ain't right. Something, huh? Yeah, countdown. Yeah, everyone. Count. Yes, now. 10 seconds.
That'll
you know what I mean?
How amazing would that be when there's 10 seconds left? Everybody starts going 10, 9, 8. It just pumps you up to start throwing, right?
But see, also too, it people don't realize that helps everyone in the ring.
Yes.
As far as health and safety goes, bro. Yeah. Because these 2 guys will never stop.
Yeah, true.
Or one will take advantage. You know what I mean? But when you hear that countdown, you know that break is coming up. I know it's time for me to get in between the punches. You know what I mean? Without that, right? There for me, because I'm somewhat keeping track of time. All of a sudden, there's a little confusion. Like, whoa, wait. If the time feels different, the round feels long, it feels off, right? You know, and then the fighters, hey, bro, they need a break. They need their break. They need their air. They need their water. They need cornering, whatever it is, you know. So critical key.
Now, another thing, you've been to both events now with the mats. Are you a fan of the mats? Like how was Weddles that were so used to the dirt? How was it with mats? Was it a plus? Heavy mats?
Yeah, I feel it's basically the same. The only difference, which it should be taken care of by the next event, the only difference, which was trial and error, the mats didn't fully go to the edge of the cage, so there was a little bit of a gap, right? So there was one or two fighters whose feet got stuck. You know what I mean? I said that in the fight, whose feet got stuck. You know what I mean? And all of that is due to the extra space in there. But hey, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fresh ass bucket hat right there. It's a hard enough fight. Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Daniel has never sent me a bucket hat or anything, you know? Actually, matter of fact.
Oh no, I'm just smart with the headband, bro.
Oh, it's all you put the headband on the bucket. I love it.
You feel it? You feel it?
Yeah, but other than that, that was my only issue. Is like I'd be watching fights. I'm like, oh, okay, I know who won. Like not knowing the winner, and then it's a draw, and I'm kind of like, damn, disappointed because I know like the draw with me and Viking Warrior, I would prefer just losing or winning. We were both looking at each other like, man, that was a draw. I was like, I thought I won. He thought he won. I was like, I would just rather take a L over a draw. Like, damn, I drove all the way to the desert for a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, man. You know, it's like I said.
Either do the UFC pick or do Coyote's fight without him.
Oh, anyways, yeah. So let's watch. I don't know if El Coyote is gonna jump on, but we have his fight. Did you watch his fight on?
I haven't seen it yet. No. I'm definitely down to watch, and let's get it, bro.
Coyote had a smoker fight in the ring. We finally see Coyote, the great Coyote, the legend of Coyote, in the ring. Proper boxing shoes, boxing shorts, in the ring. So. Oh, my amazing timing. Coyote jumps on. We're about to play it.
Let's go.
And he jumps on. We're about to watch her fight. Samke hasn't seen it.
What up, Sam? I ain't seen it yet.
You guys hear me all right? You guys see me okay?
Fire.
Crystal clear.
Okay, cool.
So how you feeling after your crazy war that you did this back and forth?
It was a good time, man. It was a fun fight. I got ready for it. I took it real serious, so I got I did all the work required.
I see you training. You had a full blown trainer. You were training like for a fight.
Yeah, I was expecting a full 5-round war. Sometimes it's better to over prepare and overtrain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think you got hit once. You come out scratching your face, huh?
He hit me. I remember with I think I wasn't moving my head, so I got hit with the jab. That happens. And then we threw 2 hooks and we both caught each other. So it's like we both threw two check hooks and bam, got nailed. Other than that, I don't remember getting hit outside of that.
So, I don't think you did.
Hey, man, I'm itching to see it, bro.
Play that
I've been a fan for a minute. Let's go.
We have the great Coyote in the ring. You know?
Sweetie! Know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's after the nose break. Oh my goodness.
Broke his shit.
Yeah, that right hand broke his nose pretty bad.
Yeah, gross, disgusting stuff.
That's what he do, man. Hey, what was the weight?
180.
Okay.
180. So I was a little thick for that one, man.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, he looked like he was a little heavier too, though.
Yeah, I believe that guy was walking around like 190, 200, they said.
Yeah, looked like
And
it.
so he came down, he made weight. It was a so it was 5 pound give. So he made it at 182.
Hmm.
I came in 179 with all my clothes on. So
Nice.
we had a good fight, it was what it was.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Coyote has the full fight, two different angles, I believe, on his IG. His whole thing. You were doing this beautiful jab to the body, that low jab, which I think you did the same thing to Tank.
Yeah.
You would hit Tank low to make those hands come down. They fall for it every time. Oh shit! Now here comes that stiff 1-2 to my stomach, and then instead
Yeah.
you came with that
It's
left hook.
changing
Yeah,
levels, man. So
yeah,
you okay, I'll put you on game real quick. At least this is the way I was taught.
yeah.
So at our gym where we're at, we have like a saying called like be a good Catholic. And it's like you have 5 points to hit on anybody, right? So you're gonna hit them directly, the jab to the face, you're gonna hit them to the stomach, you can shoot at the shoulders, right?
Yeah.
Anywhere in the chest, all right, and of course right in the solar plexus. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's when you're fighting at any given point, take what's given. Don't overthink it. Some guys are trying to force the jab. Fuck it. Their stomach is right open. Boom. Throw the one to the
Yeah.
bottom. Come back up top. Boom. Just take what's there. You
Yep.
Mhm.
know? And it starts opening up little things, like you said. People start dropping their hands, or they start trying to do a lot of crazy maneuvers so they don't get hit in the stomach. They think that, okay, well, you get jabbed in the stomach, it's not gonna hurt. It's no biggie. But then you get hit with 3, 4, 5 of those bad boys.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's see how you've been doing your ab work. Have you been doing your miles? You know what I mean? So
Mhm. What you have for lunch?
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful work, man. It was nasty. I was watching it live. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna end bad. I didn't know it was gonna end that bad. But yeah, that left hook, that setup, that left hook, that left hook, disguising that right hand, your famous right cross behind it. You never saw it coming, that poor guy, huh?
It just landed flush, dude. It
Yeah,
wasn't even like a killer punch. Like I was trying to throw everything into it. I just wanted to land a good, clean left hook, right hand, and it landed on the button, dude.
yeah, it hit him like slow-mo. It hit him like he got hit, and then like the pain of like his nose being broke, they just collapsed for a while, man. That was bad. How bad was his nose?
It was bad. He was gushing. There was a bunch of blood on the ring, dude. I was like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, good thing that was the last fight of the day, huh?
Yeah, that was it. That was it. After done, dude. They started
What
like almost like immediately tearing down the ring right after that. So
Nice.
it was
what
good
round
time.
was that you stopped him at?
The first round, I think it was like 2 minutes into the first round. So you guys know they don't pay overtime. So if you can get them out early, just get them out of there.
Yep, be done with it. Oof.
So what's the next move for Coyote? Are we gonna fight at the anniversary event? Are you gonna defend your belt?
I will definitely be at the anniversary event. You cannot miss this one. It's
Yeah.
August, man. It's gonna be cracking. We got people coming from the East Coast. We got people coming from Middle America, dude. We got rumor has it that is it true that we're gonna see the first time ever, maybe only ever, Sunshine Trask is gonna show to the West Coast Yard?
Oh, Sunshine's gonna show up?
I don't know. This is what
Is she
I'm hearing.
teasing that?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Man, that'd be
So
dope.
just on that alone, we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you got all the
hopefully.
fights. You got Venom Black, dude. Bro,
Ooh, Venom Black.
are you ready for this?
We got Venom Black on a plane. Finally, we've been trying for 2 years. He finally did it.
Hell yeah, bro.
But
That's
the
gonna be a
question
good
is,
one.
are you ready for this?
Yes. Are you ready for this?
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
worry. Don't worry. We'll put on a show. I won't be tired. I won't be exhausted from going out with Weddle the night before. We're definitely going to take it seriously. We're going to put in a camp has started already, you know?
Okay. Hey, because we on home turf, and this is you.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I'm
me.
saying?
I won't be wearing 16-ounce gloves this time. Believe me. You know what I mean? We're gonna
Yeah,
wear some
no,
nice little snug 12s, the Fairtex, or I'll get some Kletos so they really hurt. But yeah. We're not playing around this time. I was playing around last time. I thought it was gonna be light work here, and then woo, when that bell rung, I heard 2 bells when that bell rung. You know what I mean?
Bruh.
So yeah, so we gotta come correct. Especially Scarface will be there to corner them. So now we get Venom Black, we got Scarface, the biggest event on the West Coast ever. Pretty sure everybody will be there. Everybody who's a name, along with all the youngsters coming up, the new breed will be there. It's gonna be the biggest event in the history of our branch, you know. So
Probably.
nobody can miss this event. Yeah. And it's gonna be
definitely.
hot as fuck. If you know Vegas in August, holy shit, it's gonna be scorching. What is it out there? Some K like 105, 110 in August?
Fuck no, bruh. We
Like
we
one,
we we playing with like 115, 118s.
Yeesh.
You know what I mean? 121. You know,
Uh-huh.
but right now it's a cool 88. You know what I
Chilling.
mean?
Yeah.
It ain't, you know, but August, shit. But we
All the
prepare
big
for this,
boys.
right? You know what I
Yes.
mean? We stay on the West Coast, we stay training, we stay prepared. I don't
Yeah.
know if the East Coast, like, you can't simulate this type of heat down there. You can deal with the hot climate, but you
Yeah.
can't simulate this heat.
Yeah. I don't think Venom Black knows what Vegas feels like in summer. I think that dry desert heat, the elevation of
Oh, the
Pub
elevation too.
Rump, the elevation of Pub Rump County is gonna be brutal. I think just the heat is gonna get to him like shit. Fuck
Mm.
the heavy breathing and then the pressure we're gonna put on them.
Enemy
Relentless
territory.
pressure.
Enemy
Yeah, he's
territory plays a
yeah,
role.
yeah. Of course. You know, so everybody on the West Coast got to be right. The way they were talking shit to me out there, if you guys were there, I was talking shit to what's his face, fucking Gorilla was talking shit. What's the redneck's son, um, the guy you beat up, Coyote, his son. What's his son's name?
oh,
I'm watching that
Wolverine's
today.
No,
That's his nephew. His nephew,
Jive Joker. Yeah,
Jive
Yeah,
Joker.
I got into it with Jive Joker, wanted to fight me. I was like, I'll fight you next, bitch ass. You know, like it was rowdy, but it was such a dope environment. Like everybody was just loving. Every time I got hit, fuck yeah, fuck him, fuck him up. You know, Gorilla, I told you, we were gonna fuck you up out here, 619. So that energy was amazing. So we need the same shit on this side. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I better not see anybody trying to take pictures with Venom Black before the fight. You know what I mean? I better not see none of you little schmucks trying to get a picture of, oh my God, Venom Black. I can't believe you're here. You know? Yeah, better none of that shit. Afterwards, cool. Afterward, you already know it's all kumbaya. We're all gonna party together, kick it, shoot the shit. We're gonna have a DJ out there. It's gonna be a party in the desert. It's gonna be an amazing event.
That'd be
And
dope.
I'm just trying to spar them boys, me.
Yeah. Samke, you already know afterwards you gotta spar Samke, you know, 20 rounds with Samke.
Fucking Venom and Scarface. That'd be dope for me. That'd be dope.
Yes. Yo, I'm trying to find out who Scarface is gonna fight. He's gonna come out here. He still fights. We have to get him and Tank in the ring together, right?
That could work.
Tank or Hitman.
Or the main event too. You know.
This is a serious show, bro. We're not making
give me-
jokes.
Give me Scarface versus the main event, bro. Blockbuster, bro. 1 million views right there. Also, for you guys that want those views from the East Coast branch, best believe Scarface is gonna want these fights on his channel. You know what I mean? You already know he's gonna want. I need that 619 Venom Black on my channel first. I'm gonna need that Coyote banger on my channel first. So you already know the views will be there, the attention. Maybe we get a Whack 100 will be there again. You know, Adam 22. So yeah, there'll be surprises. Me and the Wizard Daniel will be cooking up some special. Oh, the jackets will be handed out, man. The jackets are going to be handed out. The class of 25.
That's
Yes,
gonna be dope.
sir.
Out. So we got anniversary event, East Coast invading us, rematch of Venom Black, jackets getting handed out. It's gonna be nuts. On top of the little surprises we got, you know.
And that's a perfect segue because that's the perfect opportunity to really put yourself out there social media wise. You know what I mean? For the fighters who are really trying to build a following, whether you have just fights that you're trying to get people to see, whether you have merch you're trying to sell, you know, whether you make music, whatever you do, now's the time. Now's the time to start sharing, posting, you know what I'm saying? And really get yourself out there, get your fights out there, get your name out there.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Hey, so there's the humongous right now that we have fight experts on. Who do you guys got tomorrow starting with the main event? Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. Who you guys got?
Ooh. Samke, you want to go first?
Samke, why'd you even go ooh? Like that's a toss-up.
I mean, no, I just didn't expect you to bring that fight up. I was looking at the face-off today. I'm a roll with Ryan. And I don't know Rolly too much. I've seen a couple of his fights. He is a fighter. He's a scrapper, brawler, you know, won't take nothing away from him. But I was watching him. I wasn't watching him to watch him. I was watching his opponent. So Ryan.
Rolly is he's from your guys' hood. He's from Vegas.
Oh, I ain't from Vegas. Yeah. But he from out here.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't put me in with these city slickers 702. Never.
Hey man. They got some people out here, you know. But Rolly's cool, bro. Rolly's cool, but Ryan's a dog when he wants to be. When he's on, you know, when he's on point, you know what I'm saying?
I got Ryan in round 5, 6. I think he catches with that left hook. I think Rolly's jaws is gone ever since Tank knocked his ass out, and then Pitbull Cruz knocked him senseless. He didn't know what year it was or what holiday it was. So,
and then the 50-year-old man that he fought that got him pretty buzzed.
50-year-old man was rocking his shit. So imagine a prime locked in Ryan is gonna just run through. It's gonna be bad for Rolly. I feel bad, but
yeah.
Oh, but Coyote, Daniel had a question for you before we go into the other fight.
He said, how do you see the 619 versus Venom Black fight going? Mm-hmm. Damn. Well, if 619 decides to really take this seriously and really come at him and make it a fight, it should be an exciting one. This should be a lot better than the first one, that's for sure. The first one definitely left us with a bad taste in our mouth. Mm-hmm. But that whole anticipation to that fight, like the day of, was some bullshit. Like, I don't know if everybody knows the story. It was like we were pretty much done with all our matches. We were waiting on 619 and Venom Black. Yeah. And we had to wait, another 2-3 hours for that fight to happen? Hours.
Dude, people don't even know the whole backstory. So we didn't even have a fight location. Do you remember waking up the morning of the fight and then being texted by Sunshine Scarface saying, "Hey, we have to move the cage to another location. It's not even set up yet. It's not even a cage set up. We got to go to the woods somewhere." That's why that event looks so amazing, because we're literally in the middle of a forest.
We ended up in a different state. We went over the state line.
Yeah. So we're driving, and so I'm already like, dude, what's happening? And so all these fights are going on, and I'm already ready to go. Like my hand wraps, the gloves are on, and then Venom Black just vanishes for like 3-4 hours. Like, oh, he's gone. What? Yeah, he's gone. That's that. He's gone. So I'm just like, all right. So I'm all jumping in the fights, cornering people. I'm all hyped up, watching Coyote bang it out, watching all the boys get wins. And then I'm like thinking, I'm not gonna fight them. This is all for shit. Then he shows up, all glove up again. So so I better lay hands on, shoot him like that. Yeah. It's gonna be that type of energy, that type of pressure. Just everything. We're gonna box from the outside. We're gonna get pressure. We'll get dirty because me and Venom Black are probably gonna be dirty in there. Elbows, headbutts, like the first one. I'm pretty sure the aggression.
I need you to turn your hip and turn your punches over.
I got you.
I need it like
we're gonna turn
full, like that's what I need.
You know what the problem is with that? I think it's so many years, thousands of rounds of sparring and sparring and sparring, where you don't want to turn the hip, where you don't want to hurt somebody because you're just working with like an amateur or pro, and then you jump in with these guys that are not on that level, and like you don't really want to hurt them. You just want to piece them up, a body shot, make somebody throw up, make them quit. But then, like a Venom Black, you need to turn your hips. You need to crack them hard. He's training. He's at a really high level. He has coaches. He has the whole shebang. He's not a doughboy. No offense. You know what I mean? He's a real boxer out there. I'm sure he's coming to kill Maz. I mean, he told Wedo that he can't see this going. He like contradicts himself because he says, I can't see this going past 2 rounds. I'm gonna end your boy, sleep him. But then he says, well, I want to go 10 rounds because I think we both got the card to go 10 rounds. So like, which one is it, Patty? Do you want to go 10 rounds and put on a show, or are you going to end me in 2 rounds? You know what I mean?
I just don't want to see you guys wrestle it out like last time. The goddamn that clinch game was nuts, dude.
Yeah. It was just the style. See, like the only person that had a fight like that was Viking Warrior. It's just like the style. Whoa, look, you had the same thing. You're not a hugger. You're not a hugger either. I'm not a hugger. I don't like hugging. But when you fought
Viking Warrior, it became fucking just hugging.
Because it's his style. Your guy's style.
That's true.
And Venom Black isn't known as a grappler, hugler, rough. He likes to also outside try to drop you. And in that one, we're just both boom, boom, boom. Like chin.
Well, he said he trained with a Mexican fighter specifically for the inside shit. So
that's good. Yeah. His inside game was good. His uppercuts were beautiful. Yeah. The fights I had seen, like he didn't fight like that.
Wait, what Mexican fighters? There ain't no Mexican fighters on the East Coast. He probably went to a Home Depot and picked up whoever and said, let's let's throw a little bit, but let's keep it real, man. I was out there. I knew what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
They got a couple. Well, no, that dude's Puerto Rican.
See,
you're right. I've never seen like a Mexican in the OG yard. That's true.
Nobody who repeatedly came back. Yeah, both guys I'm thinking about are both Puerto Rican.
Yeah, those are the island Mexicans. Very different, my friend.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so and then the other fight, Haney. Do you think Haney's jaw has recovered from that beating, or does Ramirez finish Haney, or does Haney come back to his old self?
I think Haney's gonna box his ears off. I think he's all right, even though he got beat up pretty good by Ryan. I think he's recovered pretty well. He's got the style that honestly he'll make Ramirez look bad, I guess. But if Ramirez, what's Ramirez, about 33, 34? He's a little older.
Yeah.
This is his like big shot. Like if he can win this, then the door's open to bigger fights. But he has to win, so he's gonna have to go at Haney because he can't. Hand speed, foot movement. Like Haney's got him in spades.
I'm with Bricks. I think Ramirez. I think Haney might be shot, dude. I think after that beating, that was a beating that changes your life. Like that fight took years off of Haney's life. I mean, his jaw was swollen from the hooks, and I think if Ramirez hits him with a left hook, it's gonna just like, oh shit, like flashback of Ryan.
That's hard to say. I think that's more psychological than anything, right? Yeah. But Ryan was big as fuck. So
huge.
You know what I mean? I don't necessarily have to get in the mind frame of he really is a better boxer. He outboxed me. I could get in the mind frame of he cheated and outpowered me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't have to get into that, that scared place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Haney is supposedly undefeated, but there's whispers that in Tijuana he got his ass beat a couple of times, and they just paid off. It's Tijuana. There's actually a video of him getting his ass beat by some like Tijuana cab driver, and they just they called it a win because okay, just pay off the judges, make sure on Box Rec it says a win, But there's stories of Haney getting his ass beat in Tijuana by like just local guys beating his ass. So we shall see.
Hey, they got somebody for everybody.
Yeah,
True.
and then the last one is Teofimo versus Barboza. Who you got on that one, Coyote?
You know what, man? Honestly, out of all these young cats, all these ones that you hear about, you see about Tank Davis, Devin Haney, all these cats. My favorite personally is Teofimo Lopez. I just like his style. I know he
Dang.
likes he put him out. He's a big time shit talker, and it just makes it fun.
I love that guy. I love that. I love Teofimo. He's just like an athletic freak. He does things in boxing that you've never seen before. He's just like athletic. When you're athletic and you're a good boxer, you can do different things. Like this guy does like jumping jabs, right? He leaps off the ground with a hook and it lands. He does some shit that you wouldn't try ever in a pro fight at that level, and he does it and it works. So I think he's just a freak. But Barboza's a savage, undefeated champion for a reason. I think that's the most 50-50 fight out of all of them. I think Ryan smokes Broly. I think I'm hoping Ramirez wins. I put money on Ramirez. He's such a heavy underdog against Haney. And then I got Teofimo too.
I think over here, I actually know a couple people that have put in work with Arnold Barboza.
Yeah,
that they're because he's a SoCal native. He's out there from El Monte.
Yeah, he's from El Monte, LA.
So I know guys and stuff that have worked with him, trained with them, know his boxing coaches, and he's locked in, dude. He knows that this is a big opportunity, and this guy's whooping up everybody that's willing to step into his gym. So he's ready. He's definitely ready. So it's gonna be for a good fight, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then, who wants it more?
And then Canelo, I mean, the Canelo fight, like who really cares? Like really, like the fun fight is Friday with those 3 bangers on the zone. But Canelo fighting, we don't even know who the guy is. The Cuban guy.
Yeah, and until it's Crawford, we not really, we not caring.
Are we all ready for the Crawford fight? Or dude, I want to see Benavidez. To be honest, I want to see Benavidez. I was good with that.
But are you though? I'm just saying. I'm asking.
We're probably you're gonna get Crawford in September, and then after Crawford, you'll probably get Canelo versus Jake Paul because Jake Paul's gonna beat Chavez Jr. and that'll be the end of Canelo. He's gonna ride out to the sunset with $1 billion.
Damn.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. He probably will. He probably will.
He has nothing to gain from beating and fighting Benavidez. I see no benefit, bro, at all. He's done it all.
Look, that fight with Benavidez would lock him down. I would say would lock him down as like the greatest Mexican fighter ever.
I think it would too. I think it would put him above Chavez.
And that's the thing, right? Everybody, the 2 guys everybody talks about. If you're love Mexican fighters, it's either Salvador Sanchez or Julio Cesar Chavez. And with the record that Canelo has, you just need you need that one name to put you over the top. Because he got the fights with Triple G. He's wiped out everybody at super middleweight. But Benavidez is the monster. And if you could defeat the monster, then how could you not be the number 1 of all time? Mind you, Mexican fighter, not
right.
American or in the world, whatever. But for Mexicans, he would go down as the man.
Mm-hmm. I'm still mad that Tyson getting back in there. Yeah, that was sad, man. We were bamboozled and we were fooled to think we were shown these training videos that were like 7 years old, and then when Tyson walked out, you're like, damn, Tyson looks old as fuck when he walked out, and he was scared. He was biting his gloves. Like, he's biting his gloves. He was scared to throw. It was like he was a shell of.
It was a show. I don't think that man was in that much fear.
No, he was just a shell of
you
himself.
know what I mean? When the ass cheeks were shown on screen, I knew exactly what time it was. I said, "All right, y'all gonna do that?"
Yeah, that was just sad. Like, that's not how you want to see Tyson, bro.
Yeah.
But who you guys got with Chavez and Jake Paul?
Jake Paul, Chavez is That you know what? It's sad when you really think about it. He was at one point the WBC middleweight champion of the world. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have the biggest names, but he had guys that he beat that were solid. And then it all went downhill against Sergio Martinez, man. After that, he just was not the same guy. And but everybody, you know, they know the stories of him
Leave it up.
dicking around at the nightclubs, playing with his nose, not making weight,
Wearing
just different
high
stuff.
heels, you know. He had a video where he's wearing high heels. Well, you know, enough about that cross dresser. Let's talk about this comment by Schlong Johnson. He said that Chinese guy is fighting the Chinese guy from Korea.
Japanese, bro.
Hey, bro,
Mm.
what's up, man? You Schlong Johnson, you've been on point all night with the comments and the facts. But then you call him a Chinese Korean from Japan? That was wild. That's like I said, hey, that Mexican dude from Puerto Rico, who's also Nicaraguan, fights on Saturday. That's wild. That's crazy work right there.
Gee.
That's true. Inouye's fighting on Sunday morning.
What do you think of that guy?
Inouye's a good fight. Like I would teach. Okay, the two guys that I try to like when I work with kids who to like copy your style. Who's somebody that I want you to watch? That's like current would be of course Crawford, and the other one being Inoue. Those two guys. I mean, from their footwork to their head movement to the way they flick their jab and they're turning their shots over, just beautiful, dude.
Perfection.
Beautiful fighters.
Yeah, you want to see a beautiful performance in like the history of boxing. One of the best performances is Crawford versus
Earl Spence
versus Spence. Oh my god, I saw things. I was such a fan of that fight and just freaked out as a boxing head by the things he did. That dude, I stayed up all night watching that fight. Like I replayed it. I would pause moments, things that Crawford did, like catch a punch and throw the same punch. Like he rocked them by catching the counter, and you would think like you're gonna throw the hook after catching it with your right hand. He
countered with that hand and threw right. Yeah,
like,
dude.
To do it that fast at that level on that stage to catch a punch. People don't know how crazy that is to catch a punch and throw it to rock your opponent.
And under that type of pressure too, because Spence was coming with the heat, bro.
It was competitive for like 2.5 rounds, and then after the third, it was just like they shouldn't even be in the same ring together, which is just scary.
Yeah. He made me a believer, bro.
When Crawford starts, and then he's switching, like he's southpaw. He's a southpaw boxer now. When he was never a southpaw, like he developed into a southpaw in his career is fucking nuts, bro. Just a freak. He's an alien, that dude.
Real quick, what do you guys think of Earl Spence coming back? He's gonna come back a middleweight, right?
They're talking about him coming back versus Fundura, right? Which would have been a banger.
So that would have been 154.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. So with Spence, man, I think he was never the same after he got thrown out of that fucking Ferrari. I think he was never the same, bro.
On top of the Crawford fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he was never the same fighter, bro. Like he had reconstruction surgery on his face, and that's why the bruising looked weird when Crawford beat his ass. Like it was like puffy and like extra red on some. And they were saying because that was like plastic surgery on his face made the swelling look so weird. So he wasn't the same guy, bro. Like you're not the same after. Like he had to learn how to talk and walk. Like how can you be the same fighter again? You know, after an accident.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you another matchup. Actually, now that we're talking the pros, Jaron Ennis versus Crawford.
Oh yeah,
that would be interesting.
Yeah,
because Ennis can do very technical, very sharp. And was it courage? Oh wow, this guy. The countries are literally right next to each other in geography.
No, isn't like that. I want to say that this guy is Mexican. You know how like we like to refer to as every Asian as Chino.
Yeah.
In our culture, it doesn't matter what you are, Korean, Thailand, Vietnamese, you're just Chino. Yeah, you're Chino. Yeah, Chinese food, Chino. Yeah, I'm going to Japan to hang out with some Chinos. Just everybody's a Chino. So I'm assuming he's Mexican. He just refers to everybody as, oh yeah, fucking Chino fights on Sunday. You know.
This guy.
I'm a geography major. there is a major ocean. There's a body of water in between these countries.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much, from Mexico to fucking Bolivia, it's all the same shit too. You know what I mean?
Dude.
man.
Pretty much from San Diego down to Argentina. Yeah, just call us all Mexican. It's all the same shit. Yeah?
Hey, I be telling people, man, we still living in Mexico. Why y'all tripping for? This is Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nevada, Cali, the whole Southwest is Mexico, bro.
That's right, man. I guess we got to celebrate, right? I'm trying to celebrate on Monday.
Bruh.
You see what I'm saying? 'Cause, we got to make Cinco de Mayo great again. So
Hell yeah,
you're
Trump, baby.
Hey, shout out to the homie Prodigy. Prodigy. Well, I'm trying to remember what his company is for
he makes
t-shirts.
some
He does all
badass
kinds of
shirts.
custom. Yeah, he makes some dope t-shirts, bro.
He does. He has like that throwback, like those throwback CD covers. He turns them into t-shirts type shit.
Mm-hmm.
He has like those old like No Limit looking covers, but he makes them into like boxing shirts. That whole style is dope. Yeah, he made a Shuby's West Coast, right, with like everybody on it.
Yeah, that was it. I got that one.
That one's pretty dope. That one's a banger. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. Other than that, it's been a beautiful evening. I'll keep you guys up. I'm sure you guys got shit to do. Coyote, thank you very much. Congratulations on breaking that poor bastard's nose on Saturday. I'm glad he's okay. Samke, the voice of the West Coast branch. Thank you as always, brother. It was a beautiful show. We'll catch you guys.
Pleasure.
Thank
Thank you, gentlemen.
On the next one, players.
Peace.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? I got a little special